Hello, class of 2020. I first want to say that it is an honor to be able to give this speech to you, as untraditional as all of this may be, and I really hope that my reflections and thoughts can resonate with you also. Back in March, before leaving campus, a couple close friends and I decided to take the opportunity to walk around campus to reminisce on some of our favorite memories in different buildings. It was a way to map time and to get some closure before leaving a place that had become like home to us. I've given countless tours as a student ambassador, but that night in March, it was a way for me to give a tour to myself. Obviously not as a prospective student, but as a graduating one, with a wealth of memories to review. One of my personal favorite places on campus is College Hall, for no particular reason, but it was where I had my first campus job. My first year at Bluffton, I cleaned in College Hall, and I remember one afternoon, I tripped on the stairs near the president's office. I didn't fall, but the vacuum cleaner that I was carrying bounced down the stairs, burst open, and the dirt bag dumped dust and debris all over the stairs and the rug that I had just cleaned. Obviously, it was a lot of ruckus for a quiet afternoon in College Hall, and so a bunch of people came rushing out of their offices to check on me and make sure that I was okay. After assuring everyone that I was fine, one particular woman said, "Aren't you glad that you have so many people here who care about you?" And I like revisiting that memory because I don't want to take for granted the gift that Bluffton's community has been to me. I've never felt alone at Bluffton. The support that I've received on campus, both in person and virtually, has kept me wrapped up in support since the very first day. I honestly found it pretty easy to settle into a routine that worked for me, and I enjoyed getting involved with campus clubs and activities that continued opening up opportunities for me. As the years passed, going to class really felt more like an opportunity to exchange ideas with friends than it felt like a formal classroom setting. Maybe it's because I belong to fairly small departments with small class sizes, even for Bluffton standards. Maybe it was because after several semesters with the same professors and peers, I knew what to expect from them, their habits, their mannerisms, their time management. Maybe it's because I felt comfortable with the people in my classes. All of it just felt familiar to me, and I was able to challenge myself within the security of a community that cared about me, and I didn't feel like I had to figure out everything on my own. As someone who has always really prioritized her independence, I was able to learn a lot about teamwork and asking for help. I have friends from lots of different departments, but we all shared similar experiences of camaraderie with our professors. It actually shocks some people to hear that I've had meals in my professors' homes, that faculty who've never had me in a class still know my name, and that I call many of Bluffton's professors by their first names. I'm going to assume, by the surprise that I experience, that this isn't the norm at most universities, but it did become something normal to me, and the pace of daily life on campus really did feel like home. I also enjoyed walking down Main Street and seeing people that I knew. I checked out countless books from the public library, and I had lots of coffee chats with friends at the Twisted Whisk. At Christmas time, to me, Main Street really looked like something out of a Hallmark movie, with all the lights, music, and decorated storefronts. My semester abroad in Guatemala allowed me to expand my Bluffton community to another country and consider my view of the world through that different lens. My roommate and I exchanged long weekly emails during that semester to stay connected to each other. Her in her daily Bluffton routine, and myself in my daily Guatemalan routine. That semester of virtual communication and connection to Bluffton from elsewhere was really my first exposure to what most of us would eventually experience this past semester, learning how to adjust our community to a remote one while still staying invested in education and relationships. The scripture passage that was chosen for this year's baccalaureate service is Philippians 4:4-10, a passage I've often seen used as a call to embrace joy and peace in all circumstances. I don't want to give COVID-19 too much highlight credit because it really only affected a few months out of my overall time at Bluffton. But it was an untraditional ending for those of us graduating this year, and so many different feelings and reflections coexist in this space as we graduate anyway and move forward. If anything, this abrupt catapult into something new and unfamiliar has made me appreciative of the relationships I have. Quite honestly, perhaps more so than if we had all graduated traditionally this past spring. Bluffton's community allowed my path to cross with some of the best people I know and gave me close friends whom I love deeply. There's only so much that I can say in a short reflection, so above all, if I had to do it all over again, I would still choose Bluffton. Thank you, class of 2020, for being part of my Bluffton journey, and I wish us all the very best going forward.